Hi guys, how's it going? My name is Nomi. Welcome to the show, the Nomin Project. So today I want to talk about what happened in Oakland, California just a couple of days ago. So I live in San Francisco Bay Area many years ago. And I call, San Francisco Bay Area my home. And in Oakland, I also lived a couple of years. So it's tragic that there's so many bad stuff is happening in Oakland, but what happened just a couple of days ago, it's another level. Okay, so let's get to the clips, guys.
In the East Bay this weekend. One appeared in Oakland at 41st and Howe Streets at about 4 o'clock Sunday morning. Drivers were spinning around. One car was destroyed and set on fire. Police have not released any information about the sideshow, but the city's police union claims only 16 police cars were available to respond and that there were about 500 people involved in the sideshows. Now, the police.
Okay, guys, so this happened on Oakland Howe and 41st Street. This area is considered a Piedmont Avenue, and some people even may call it, oh, like if you ask, what's the nice area of Oakland? Some people may say, oh, the Piedmont is a nice area. So just so you guys know, this is happening in the nice area in some people's view, right? It looks like there were 500 cars were, about 500 cars were involved, and the cars were put on fire. Bunch of illegal fireworks shooting, people are stomping on a car, looks like. And for some of you guys, this is happening in a residential area, and there are people living, inside the houses, right? Inside the apartments. And many of these houses in, Oakland, San Francisco Bay Area, pretty old, right? They built mostly before 1940. And even though some of the houses are built, late 1800s, right? I'm not saying this house is a bad quality, but I'm just saying, this house is old. I know because I also lived in Oakland a couple of years, and when these kind of like chaos happening outside, you can feel the vibration inside the home, right? And it feels like the chaos is happening right next to you. I'm sure these people, inside the homes are, immensely disturbed. I'm sure they're scared and they're shaken by the event, and it's very traumatic experience for this family, people living in the community, and it's very tragic. And so let's see the video. Let's continue the video.
People involved in the sideshows. Now, the police union went on to say, quote, there are restrictive city policies that also hinder OPD's abilities. Police are doing everything in our power to help residents. We ask neighbors to demand the city council and mayor hire more officers and retain the ones we have now.
You had, OPD had only, 16 cars available to respond at the time, but obviously they did not respond in a timely manner. So, these young folks, were able to put the, cars on fire and did a lot of damages, right? And Oakland Police Officers Association is saying, because of the restrictive policy, what they can do is, really limited. And they are actually urging the, peoples and the neighbors demand, more officers on the street, hire more officers and to maintain the ones they already had, right? And this is actually a really desperate call that's coming from Oakland Police Officers Association. I'm not saying this is a bad call, but they are in a really desperate position. And they definitely need help. And I believe today PD is definitely understaffed. So let's see. So as of right now, they have about 678 sworn officers working, but they need is actually 877 officers, right? So that's the recommended baseline for OPD. And they're definitely understaffed. Also, obviously, many of these people don't want to work for Oakland PD because of this, because their hand is covered. Essentially, they can't really do their job. They can chase, they can arrest these people because of the the restrict policy, right? And if you can take a look at the Oakland today's Oakland chase policy, they can only initiate the the pursuit if they have a reasonable suspicion that the suspect has a gun, or if there's a reasonable suspicion that suspect has committed a violent crime like a murder, kidnapping, and a sexual assault, right? But that means unless somebody is dying, nobody's showing up on time. Okay, so that's what it means to me. OPD has one of the most restrictive policy in California, possibly the United States. So, which is actually mind blowing. But the irony is, guys, OPD is the one of the city needs the most help, the most police, but they have the most restrictive policy. How could that be possible? Just how, come on guys, how could it be possible, right? So but I also saw another video of the resident actually talking about the event and how they feel about it. And
after speaking with residents who say they are still quite concerned. Amber.
That's right. My neighbors tell me they're concerned it'll happen again and that the next time the chaos will escalate and injure or kill someone. They're calling on city leaders to take action to prevent sideshows. A sideshow that brought out hundreds of people, punctuated by illegal fireworks and spectators firing their...
Oh my gosh, guys, look at this fireworks. They decorated the entire neighborhood. Oh my God, this is such a tragic situation, and this is total chaos. Oakland definitely needed more police officers. Oh my goodness. I just feel so bad.
Guns in the air in Oakland's Piedmont Avenue District during the overnight hours of Sunday is causing fear, frustration, and the thought of flight.
I was scared. Like I was prepping to think, am I going to run? But if I run, we're going to be right in the midst of it.
Neighbors tell me their condo building shook from the explosions. They tell me they cannot erase the images of young people stomping on...
Oh my gosh, guys. So these young people literally stomping on these cars, putting it on fire, illegal fireworks. I don't even know how many illegal fireworks, exploded that night. And obviously these houses are shaking, right, because of the vibration. And this is a very tragic situation. What's my take from this video, right? This event, right? Obviously, this is very unfortunate. I feel bad for the people who live there, and Oakland Police Department definitely need to hire more people. But obviously, they have a budgeting problem. But I don't want to talk about this right now. But Oakland Police Department definitely need more help. So do I think Oakland need a National Guard to be deployed there to help with this chaos, to help with this, shortage of the staffing, the shortage of the, officers that who can, help with the community to, just provide more safety, right? So yes, I really do think Oakland need the National Guard right now because these people are understaffed. The police can do the job. And 500 kids or, 500 people taking over the street just like that, and there's no arrest. It seems like they only made it like 20 something citations, and these kids need to, held responsible. I think the National Guard really need to be deployed to Oakland to make some presence. They need to send the message that law and order is coming, because Oakland needs presence, because Oakland law and order, because the city needs more help. The city needs more officers. The city definitely needs more help, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and please let me know what you think, and like, comment, and subscribe below, and I'll see you guys next time.